Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Moonee Valley for the running of the 1983 AG Hunter Cup worth $100,000. What a wonderful race it's going to be, with the clash of the two stars of the pacing world in Popular Elm and Gammalite. Popular Elm leading all the way to win his free-for-all last week in the time of 2 minutes and 0.8 of a second, a marvellous mile rate. He came home in something like 57.4, and Gammalite, the iron horse of harness racing, working very hard for the first half of his race last week before coming home in 58.4 seconds, a mile rate of some 2:1.3. We've got the Queensland star, Wandai's Mate, who ran a very good race to narrowly go under to Gammalite last week. So a wonderful race it's going to be tonight. Let's have a look at some of the major contenders then. And the first one that you see there is Copperway. Copperway's a 37-to-1 chance on the tote. Brian Gath has the drive tonight. The runners have only just come onto the track for the running of the AG Hunter Cup, the mobile about to take its place. Time-honoured race worth $100,000, and of course it's been billed as the clash of the heavyweight champions of harness racing between Popular Elm and Gammalite. The barrier draw made last Monday really made it a promoter's dream, with Popular Elm quoted at 2-to-1 on, and Gammalite now a 7-to-2 chance, both drawing off the front row. Both wonderful horses. And of course, luck in running is going to play a major part. Vin Knight has made it no secret that he's going to try and lead if Popular Elm begins. That's Gypsy Butler in your screen there. He's a stablemate of Popular Elm. And it's worth keeping in mind he's got the red sleeves to distinguish the colours from Popular Elm. Third pick in the market is Wandai's Mate, the Queensland star. And we'll have a look at the running of a couple of the heats that were run last week in just a moment. But I'll bring you the news that there is a huge crowd on hand here at Moonee Valley tonight, under perfect conditions for the running of the AG Hunter Cup. A crowd of about 20,000 people or so. After a very warm day in Melbourne, it's a pleasant evening, and a light southerly breeze blowing across the track at the moment. Ideal conditions. Punters have had a good night so far. 4 favourites have 1 out of the 5 races so far completed. But let's go back to last week, and Popular Elm led all the way to win his heat. Here's the replay of last week's Pegasus free-for-all. Jick Adios and Capella Court ran minor placings. And they're followed by Swift City. Next in the field, Capella Court nearing the turn, and they're followed a little further back in the field by In a Minute. Copperway taking off from last, and then Ebony Mac. Vin Knight hasn't let the champion go. Popular Elm comes to the turn. 3/4 in front of Telecast Star. Jick Adios tucked in behind the leader. He's got nowhere to go, but it's been a heady drive by Vinnie Knight. He's giving him an easy run. Popular Elm accelerates near the line and goes down to score by more than 2 lengths. Jick Adios has run second, just in front of Capella Court. Fourth in Telecast. Well, that was a great run by Popular Elm, and he came home the last 800 metres in 57.4, the last mile in 1:59.5, and he was totally unextended to run the mile rate of 2 minutes 0.8. It's close to a start. Let's have a look how Gammalite got into the field. It was an iron horse of a run. Wandai's Mate, the Queensland star, was a great run. Race 5 from last Saturday, the All-Stars free-for-all. Gammalite only ahead to Gypsy Butler. Wandai's Mate's come from second last with a strong sprint. He's the fresh horse on the scene. He's gathering in the leaders. Then came LaBelle and Adios Supremo. Spyglass got checked and nearly fell. At the 250 now, Wandai's Mate. He's galloped on the turn. He's galloped, and it's Gammalite in front coming to the turn. Wandai's Mate is back down and pacing, and then came Gypsy Butler. Gammalite, the iron horse, turned in front, only a length now. Wandai's Mate's coming home like a train. Gammalite's pulling out plenty. Wandai's Mate getting to him. Gammalite's still a half length in front. He's holding Wandai's Mate. The iron horse has won it. Gammalite a mighty win. A neck to Wandai's Mate. About 5 or 6 lengths into Gypsy Butler third, just in front of LaBelle. They were followed. Now we're getting close to a start in the running of the 1983 AG Hunter Cup. The distance 2,870 metres. It's a mobile dispatch. Moonee Valley is a 900 metres circumference. So they'll go to the judge and then complete 3 circuits of the course. They're getting set now. The ones to watch near the outside. Popular Elm drawn 4, Gammalite 5. He's hard up against the gates. Gypsy Butler's hanging back from his number 6 place. The green light's on. They're away now. Popular Elm and Gammalite both began well. Popular Elm's began best, and he's going straight down to the rails. Jick Adios hunting up, can't hold him out. Gammalite looks like he might be left in the death seat. He is at the judge the first time. Wandai's Mate settles 1 out, 1 back. Bill Student on the inside, and then Telecast Star, Capella Court, followed by LaBelle, Royal 3, Gypsy Butler second last. and Copperway is last of all. Into the back, more than 2,400 metres to go, and Vin Knight's got his own way. This is what he wanted. Popular Elm in front. Gamalite, he's the iron horse, and he's on the outside running second in his favourite role. So we're going to see a race tonight. Jack Adios is third, and Wandai's Mate one out, one back. They're being followed by Bill Student. Here's the one in the light colours on the inside rail. Next in the field then, as they go down the back, is Tuapeka Star. It's over on the outside, and it's one out and three back. Over on the inside rail, the Ballant, followed by then Capella Court Royal 3. A length and a half further back is Gypsy Butler. 2 lengths last of all is Copper Way. Now coming down towards the home turn, and Vin Knight steadies the leader. It's the favoured one in front, Popular Elm. The champion will straighten up now with more than 2 laps left to go, and he shows clear by about 3/4 of a length to Gamalite. He's sitting on the outside, and they look to be going at a pretty reasonable clip. Jack Adios is third on the inside behind the leader, followed by Wandai's Mate. He's on the back of the champion Gamalite. Next in the field, Bill Student as they go by the judge 2 circuits out. Tuapeka Star is next, and they're being followed then by La Ballant. Over on the outside is Capella Court, and the last 3 are all off the fence, and they're Royal 3, Gypsy Butler, and last of all is Copper Way. Into the back now, 1,600 metres left to go, and Popular Elm puts them down in bold fashion, and the champ leads by nearly 3/4 of a length. Gamalite on the outside. Clark has the whip out to keep his mind on the job. Jack Adios is running third. Wandai's Mate, the Queensland Star, is over on the outside. 1 out, 1 back with Bill Student on his inside, and then Tuapeka Star. Low Ballant is next on the inside rail as they sweep off the back straight. Low Ballant was being trailed by Capella Court, Royal 3, Gypsy Butler, and last of all was Copper Way. Now they race down towards the home turn, and they've got about, let's see, about 1,100 metres left to go here. And it's Popular Elm in front. He beat the light on that occasion, so they're certainly moving along. Popular Elm gets the bell now in the AG Hunter Cup. The champion leads by a length. Gamalite on the outside, Clark feeling for him. Jack Adios has had a beautiful run, but his trouble is going to be getting clear. Then came Wandai's Mate. He's had the beautiful run. If one of these favourites make a mistake, he's camped right there. Bill Student back behind the Jack Adios on the inside rail, and then Tuapeka Star. Royal 3's pulled 3 wide. Then came La Ballant, Capella Court, Gypsy Butler, and last of all is Copper Way. Into the back now, and they've got 700 to go, and Vinnie Knight set go, and Popular Elm moved 2 lengths clear. Room for Jack Adios to get out now if he's good enough. Gamalite is third on the outside. He's not beaten. He's coming home again, but Vinnie Knight's looking around on Popular Elm. He's 3 lengths in front. Gamalite into second placing. Jack Adios looked gone. Now Wandai's Mate, the Queensland Star, is making ground. Royal 3 skipped off the back. At the 400 metre mark, it looked to be all Popular Elm. He's 4 lengths in front now. Wandai's Mate and Gamalite are fighting it out for the minors, and further back to Tuapeka Star, Capella Court, and then Bill Student. But here's the machine. Popular Elm comes to the home turn at the 200 metre mark. Vinnie Knight looked very confident. He's throwing everything at Popular Elm. Still 4 in front of Wandai's Mate, and they're followed further back. Tuapeka Star, Gamalite battling on, but it's Popular Elm's AG Hunter Cup. Popular Elm leads all the way and goes down to win by about 3 lengths. Second home, Tuapeka Star. Ahead away third was Wandai's Mate, followed in by Gamalite. Then came Capella Court, Bill Student. Well back, Royal 3, followed by La Ballant, Copper Way, and last of all, Gypsy Butler. Here's Jack Adios just coming over the line. A long and sorry last. He's just walked over the line. So something's certainly gone amiss with Jack Adios. He's finished a long last, but the winner is number 4, Popular Elm, and Vinnie Knight gets out a jubilant hug. An elated man, and the favourite has won. Probably the greatest harness horse in Australia today. A lot of people say the world, but he's proved beyond any shadow of a doubt that he is the greatest harness racing horse in Australasia, with a brilliant win this evening. Popular Elm, the unofficial last mile is 156.8, and the last 857.4 is a sensational run. That's an unofficial time. We haven't got it officially yet. The numbers are 4, 2 and 3. Tuapeka Star has run second. A very good performance by this mare. And third is number 3, Wandai's Mate, the Queensland Star. Let's have a look now at the closing stages again of the AG Hunter Cup. Vinnie Knight had no hesitation in taking his start of the lead, and there, just prior to the turn, Popular Elm was out full of running. A marvellous win, just sheer sustained speed. Gamalite doing it very hard. That's him on the inside rail. Wandai's Mate in the blue colours making ground into second placing. Vinnie Knight didn't look ever so confident a long way from home. letting him go at the 700-metre mark. I think he really was out to prove something tonight, because he did let Jick Adios out. He looked to have had an easy trail, but Vin Knight knew what he was driving. Look at him looking around, the jubilant wave of the whip, raising the reins as he goes over the post. A lot of pressure on that man all the way through the week. And there he is, winning a comfortable, but at least 2.5 lengths. Second home on the outside is Telecast Star. About a neck away third, Wandai's mate. Gamelite, after having a pretty hard run in the death seat, could only manage, fourth placing. Telecast Star is the next one from Bill Student. What a great horse he is. And there he is. As I mentioned, a tremendous amount of pressure on Vin Knight. Be a very relieved man tonight. But this has got to be the greatest pacer we've seen for a long, long time, possibly ever. And his record now stands at 42 starts for 33 wins, 4 seconds and 2 thirds, and more than $400,000 in prize money. Still a long way from Gamelite, but he's had many, many more starts. 116 starts as compared to Popular Elm's 42. Popular Elm, a bay horse, a 6-year-old, trained by Bob Knight and driven by Vin Knight. Raced by VJ Knight, Jay Taggart, and the Sun Group, managed by KF Grivick, starting at about 2-1 on. He's only ever missed a place 3 times in his life, and he now becomes the first horse since Pure Steel to win the Miracle Mile Hunter Cup double. The all clear is there, all clear on 4, 2 and 3 in the AG Hunter Cup, and the tote dividends are coming up. The Victorian totes, Popular Elm 70 and 60, Telecast Star $1.80, and Wandai's mate $1 even. The Quinella paid $7.15, and the trifecta $90.90. That completes our coverage from Moonee Valley for the 1983 AG Hunter Cup. Greg Miles at Moonee Valley, returning you to all studios.